Y'all have y'all sheets?
I got mine.
Remember what you did, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I sat down, or getting ready to sit down for to get lunch, I'm like,
You're like, I know what I did.
it's like I missed a whole section.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion because you missed your outside leg hang and you did an inverted crucifix. So at first we thought you were doing it because then you've got your crucifix down here, so we thought it was going to be out of order. So it confuses us just a little bit. So you missed several things, and I don't know if that was nerves, if that was
Mixture
just
of nerves and just practicing enough.
okay. All right,
Fair.
fair enough. Yep.
Honest.
I think we all had a little note that once you got into some of your moves and held them solidly, you had some nice toes.
Yes.
Nice toes.
Yeah, nice toes. I need to see some more dynamic floor work.
Yeah. Again,
Okay.
not enough practicing.
Okay, that's something you can practice at home or in a hotel room or wherever you might be. Because remember, floor work doesn't have to be roll around on the floor, but again, we needed something a little bit more. It happened. I need more wow. Symmetry. Let's nail some symmetry in your arms and legs. For example, when you're in your inverted crucifix, we got one arm down here, we got one, you know. So symmetry in arms and legs, sometimes a little bit sloppy, and I can't say a little bit. Some of them were really sloppy as far as inverts and getting into some of your moves. So that transition period, going in and or coming out of, I really need to see something better. I think just hamstring flexibility in general would help. But that also, I'm going to say your whole back chain, the whole posterior chain, back, bum, legs will help. And that's, again, flexibility is something you have to work on every day, but you don't have to be in the studio to work on that. I needed to see a little bit more control in a couple of dismounts. You were under time. Okay. It's probably because you didn't do that for
I missed
You're like,
3 trips in
right,
one section.
yeah, exactly. So we know that probably, had those happened, you probably would have been right on time.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, anything else you want to add to my judges?
And afterwards, if you want, I'll show you some things you can do for flexibility for your back and posterior chain. And then, I just had really high expectations for you guys because y'all have like such good upper body strength. I was like ready for everything to be arm hold. So maybe work on that a little bit more. Like do some things like pick 1 or 2 things you're freaking solid at. Like you will never mess up on that move and throw those in there.
Normally that would be the butterfly. I just
Oh, okay.
practice the barbed wire into the butterfly
right.
enough.
Okay.
Got it. So maybe next time, like pick the things you're like freaking awesome at, and then put some easier stuff in there.
Yeah.
So I could tell y'all have some things that we're good at. I want to see them.
Your Iron X was really nicely held. I loved seeing it at the beginning. It was a really fabulous bang, and you were there, and it was a nice hold. It was a really nice hold.
That was one of those bam things where I was like, yes!
Yeah. And you're like,
This is what I came for.
Yay for upper body strength.
Right? Yay for upper body strength. A lot of moves I needed to see a little bit more extension on as far as pulling away from the pole, either hips and torso. For example, your extended butterfly, and you're really close to the pole. We call it extended butterfly because you really need to get a little bit more extension, and that might have happened because it looked like, sometimes it's hard when you're watching the video, you might have been a little bit rotated through the torso and pelvic girdle. Not sure, but definitely needs to get that cleaned up. You were really rolling. You had a nice hold on your shoulder mount into your shoulder mount drop. And when you came to the other pole to do your shoulder mount, you really rolled through the back and spine. So I don't know if you were tired from the drop, but it was very, very collapsed throughout the chest. So, and again, that could be something, a tired one. I didn't understand your floor work. Okay.
Oh, we thought maybe
You
you
got a
did.
point
We thought
'cause you
maybe
did
you
it.
knew something that we didn't know.
I didn't understand what just happened, so those are easy points. Those are easy points. Give me those.
And do an iron X again.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do an iron, but you can't touch the pole.
Oh, okay.
Can't touch the pole.
I did the worm for 30 seconds.
She did, and it rocked my world. It was the most fabulous worm. I was like,
anything you
what?
can do.
Yeah.
Handstand out.
Remember when you're using something as a climb, it has to happen more than once, 3 times.
That's
So-
cool, though.
Yeah, it was a nice handstand into your mount, but I would have called I called it a mount instead of a climb. It was a mount. Occasionally you tried to point your toes.
Well, we noticed your foot was pointed a lot more than your toes.
Yeah, your toes would do wonky stuff.
Did you have a cramp or something?
Like, we were like, oh my gosh,
was
like
like,
your
"Keep
foot
my
is pointed, but
teeth."
your,
Yeah.
your toes
I
are.
just don't wear. I'll wear socks next time.
Right? Yeah, the toes were kind of getting goofy, but yeah, and I know you've heard that before. I know you hear that all the time. I know you hear that all the time.
Somebody wears a T-shirt that says it. I don't know.
Point your toes. Just be wary of sometimes jumping into things as well, or at least hopping. You know, there's a little as you come into it, so just be aware of that because you're strong enough to not have to do that. Ladies, what else?
I liked
My
your,
big thing was toes.
Well, yeah, he knows. He knows. Poor guy, he knows. He's like, fuck.
I liked your sun wheel.
Thank you.
That's fun.
Yep. Yep.
Do more like that, whatever that was.
Do more like that.
Do more, whatever that was.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah? All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
And please don't quit. Please come back.
It's like you're standing like
Please come back. I guess you're nervous.
Yes. You don't remember?
I get so nervous.
Oh, you get.